Just thought I'd give everyone a little rundown of the kit that I'm currently using. So here we have my Mapex Orion Custom Classic in Sunburst. So they're 10 ply maple shells, finished with bird's eye maple, hand lacquered, and absolutely stunning finish, which sadly you can no longer get. So walking around the kit, I'll let you have a wee look round. Excuse all the junk in the background, but this is the room I'm messing around with drums in. So anyway, drum sizes. So bass drum down the bottom here, 22 by 16. Got my floor tom here, that's 16 by 16. Rack tom here, 13 by 12. Next rack tom here is 12 by 11. And this one here is 10 by 9. And up here I've got a couple of octobands, or rocket toms as they get called. So we've got a 10 and a 12 inch. That's the depth wise. Heads wise it's just a 6-inch drum head on there. Moving down to snare drums, my main snare here is a Mapex Armory Daisy Cutter steel snare. It's absolutely lethal. And I've got a secondary snare here, which is a Mapex Black Panther 12 by 5, which I use as a secondary snare. Tuned up quite tight. It's got the clear drum head on it, because I sometimes use it with a snare off to make it sound like a sort of timbale kind of thing. So, but I use that all the time as well. Drum heads wise, on the main snare, I've got an Evans UV2 coated snare head. And on the toms, on the batter heads, that's an Evans EC2 clear batter head with the reinforcement ring in it. And underneath, on the display heads on the kit, which I'll actually go around this side and let you see, I actually use Remo Ebony series. They're actually batter heads, but I use them on the display side because they look cool. There's a display side of my bass drum. There we are. Now, on the kit, I tend not to use any damping. I let the drums ring out quite a lot, so it'll sound a bit funny on the phone, but so. Bass drum, there's nothing in it. It's, well, there is actually. There's a small pad of foam on there, and that's just to let, if microphones rest in there, just to stop the inside of the shell getting scratched. Pedals wise, I've got a Mapex Falcon double pedal here. Springs fairly tight, and used a 20-gram counterweight on it. Not blessed with dainty feet, so yeah, I like to give them a good thud. On the hi-hat side, I've got a DW Drum Workshop 5000 series hi-hat stand, and a Drum Workshop 5000 series snare stand as well. Cymbals wise, I'll start here. UFit Bionic 18-inch China. On the X-hat here, these are my old Meinl Raker 14-inch hi-hats. I've had them for years and they're still as good as the day I bought them. Up here we have a UFit Bionic 20-inch Crash. UFit Class Series 20-inch Ride. Nice pingy bell. It's got a nice wash to it too. Then we have a 9-inch UFit Class Series Splash, an 8-inch UFit Class Series Splash, and this one here is an 18-inch UFit Bionic Crash, and this one here is the UFit. It was the Experience series, it became the Bionics. This is a 16-inch cymbal. It's quite an old cymbal, that one, but an old favourite of mine. My main hi-hats down here are my UFit Bionic hi-hats here. Cracking thing. All in all, the kit's a bit of a monster. I don't have the cowbell on this current rig for anyone that's asking, but I can easily put it on. But yeah, so this is my kit that I'll be using for the next few gigs. So there we go. Some other information about my rig. I use these sticks. That's the Vic Firth American Classic Extreme 5B with a wooden tip. Hate nylon tip sticks, they just make an absolute mess of your cymbals. Drum kit is actually sitting on a Gibraltar rack as well. So the reason I have it on the rack is because I've got that much stuff on it that with all the stands, it weighs an absolute ton. I mean, it's a heavy kit anyway, this one, but if I've got all the stand bases and everything, about double the weight, so that's the reason it sits on the rack. And also for ease of setup, once the rack's all set up, everything's locked into place and you just plug and play basically, which is quite cool. When I'm behind the kit, when I'm playing gigs, I use an in-ear monitor system, which is a noise cancelling setup. So, but I don't have the volume on them very high. It's mostly so I don't damage my hearing with the cymbals, and I just have a general mix of what the band are doing coming into my ears. So yeah, that's really everything about my drums and stuff like that. We could get so far into depth into tuning and stuff like that, but I just do what sounds right for me. And if you've had a kit for this amount of time, you get used to how it should sound. So there we go. That's my kit in a nutshell.